the title of this talk is going to be Now is the Perfect Time for what we are doing here. In fact, there has never been a more perfect time in thousands of years. Right now, we are transforming and we are awakening. And the increasingly potent energies present now are supporting this. So let's look at what's going on with the increased potent energies around us. The ancient Hindus speak of a time of darkness and a time of light. We are coming out of the years of dark they call Kali Yuga, and are coming into the years of light called Satya Yuga, or the Golden Age, with a transition period in between. And guess what? We're in the transition, aren't we? The Mayans, who were expert astronomers, also predicted a coming golden age in their calendars and knew the time it took for our solar system to orbit the galaxy, as well as when we will be coming into the light, the intensity of the energy belts, and when we will come out of it. In other words, they also had ages of dark and light. Aboriginal shamanic teachers throughout the world have similar stories based on our place in the stars, all of them. So what is our place in the stars? This is a picture of an energy field called a photon belt that can surround certain planets. And as you see, it's very bright. It's not actually a physical object, nor can it be photographed. It's an energy, very fine energy plane. But this is a rendition of it, and you'll see that it has spirals coming out, and it's projecting its energy out there. It gets its energy from the central light of our galaxy and absorbs it and becomes a condensed form of energy surrounding certain planets. The closest star to us that has such an especially immense photon belt is called Alcyone, which is a central star in the Pleiades star system. The Pleiades are also known as the Seven Sisters because we can see with our naked eyes 7 of the planets in that system, but really there are thousands. 7 of the stars, in the system, but there are thousands. Alcyone is about 8 times the size of our sun. Alcyone is represented here as that large blue ball in the center of the photon belt, that donut-shaped object. As you see, the other stars are orbiting Alcyone. So yes, stars in our Milky Way orbit other stars. I know you guys must be wondering, I didn't come in here for an astronomy course. Maybe I pressed the wrong link button, but let's look at this more closely. See that red dot down at the left near the photon belt? That is our solar system, our sun. So our sun orbits Alcyone also, and therefore is part of the Pleiadian system. I don't know how many of you knew that. I didn't know until recently. And so why is this important? As we are orbiting Alcyone, we come into that tube there, the photon belt. And when we come into the photon belt, we are coming into extremely high energies. And we are now approaching in the sky, in the cosmos, the photon belt. We're coming very close, actually. In fact, some of the scientists say we will enter the photon belt around 2025. As you can see, it takes 26,000 years for us to orbit Alcyon, and 2,000 years to flow through through the photon belt. During this time, close to the photon belt and in the photon belt, we are in the midst of extremely high energies, very high. And as the scientists, as the mystics have said, we are coming into a very quickening of our energies, of our cellular energy, of the plant's energy, of our energy. And that energy is very, very transformative. This entry into the photon belt is the source of the Mayan calendar predictions of a new age, of all of these mystics throughout history that have talked about this as being a time of ascension into a new state of body, mind, and consciousness, some call the fifth dimension. So things are speeding up. We'll be in, according to some people, will be into the photon belt in 2025. And there it is. This is the basis of so many myths and so many Aboriginal thoughts and stories and everything. Our planet going through the Palladian photon belt. So can you see how important the Palladians have been in our literature and the ancient cultures, how important the Palladians have been to our world and our planet and our solar system? This isn't a proportional drawing, by the way. It just shows the dynamics, really. Our sun is 400 light years away from Alcyon, and this condenses everything, so it looks a little bit different. Some of our modern scientists kind of think this is all just new agey, but so many ancient writers, ancient Vedic Indians, and so many have written about just this. So I don't know if they can't photograph it. Maybe that's why they're reluctant, but whatever. There's no doubt that the energies are increasing. Here's something that the scientists do see, however, happening. You see here, our Earth, which is the golden thing in the middle, is coming into a cloud formation, a galactic cloud formation. Notice it's circular. It's kind of like that pattern we saw before. And so they know that even that cloud is a higher energy, has a higher energy level. So they're going that far. They photographed it. So anyway, there's one more proof that we're in higher energy. This is a graph of the Shumann resonance, which follows the amount of energy that's in our upper ionosphere, which is the atmosphere above the Earth, between about 5 miles high to about 500 miles high. And you see on this graph, this was a day back in, I think it was May in 2020. You see that white spike there, at very high intensity? That has been seen more often, and it's increasing the occurrence of these spikes in the last 3 years. But this is a typical chart, but you don't see that spike. We haven't seen that spike very much before about 3 years ago. This is the Shumann resonance for yesterday. Look at the occurrence of these white, and look how wide they are. This, you can go online at any time, 24/7, and get a real-time glimpse of what is happening. This is a screenshot I made yesterday at 12:30. Look how frequent these spikes are. And reading on that site, the commentary, some of them said that yesterday we broke a record. So, are you guys convinced that our energies are increasing? Our earth energies and in effect also our own energies. We are coming into more high vibration. And what is vibration? Right, vibration, a simple definition of it is the rate of spin. And if the rate of spin increases, more energy is coming in. Let's think of an atom and the electrons moving around center. The faster it moves, and the faster the oscillations of different dynamics and that make matter, the more energy is coming in and the more energy is going out. So what does that mean? And why is that relevant to us envisioning a new earth? Well, what it means, for example, is that our thoughts, which are forms of energy, are stronger and go out faster with more effect. And since our thoughts and imaginations create our reality, our created reality is appearing faster. So our thoughts and our imaginations, whether positive or negative, are being more quickly and more strongly outpictured. I mean, ouch, right? In other words, we're becoming more powerful creators and also more powerful destroyers. So in this group, we are going to become aware of this and use it in our lives. And in doing so, we're going to learn what powerful creators we are by simple observation. So we're in very interesting times with this quickening. A lot of people are talking about how they know people are waking up. Synchronicities are more prevalent. Experience of things just appearing suddenly or happening. Whether they are surprising positive things or sudden and totally unexpected setbacks. Guidance is coming in more quickly and more deliberately. Are you beginning to see why this is a perfect time to do what we are doing here in this group? It's an extremely potent time. That's just the way it is. Our solar system is transitioning into an eventual new normal in a higher, quicker energy field, and we are doing the same. It's getting more and more obvious. We are in a transition phase, and transitions are not very easy and can be quite confusing. We cling to all that we have had and have counted on having, all the old ways that need to change. If we really look and see how our habits and some of our behaviors just can't sustain in the higher energies we are approaching. In these higher energies, we cannot sustain anger, judgment, greed, possessiveness, division, and so much more. They're going to be amplified and they're not going to fit in. And that can break things down. But on the brighter side, we have energies coming in that support our higher selves, our creativity, our spiritual and physical transformation, if we allow the flow of this energy to take us there. and come into harmony with the greater positive potentials inherent in these energies. Which brings us to something else. And that is the perfect transformational agent we call chaos. There is so much scientific talk about chaos these days, and actually the last several decades, and how it is circular and its regularity and nature and so forth. We can look out now and see a lot of chaos happening in the world. Things are falling apart in many areas. Some things don't make sense. Making decisions is difficult because we don't know, and we don't have any surety about the future. It's not like it used to be, is it? Most of my friends, probably, gosh, five, six of you or whatever, or want to move somewhere else. Only a couple of you, however, know where you want to go. You just want to go somewhere, anywhere maybe. Let's come to understand that chaos is our friend. Uncertainty is our friend because it opens us up to new possibilities. Spiritual leader Deepak Chopra, who's also, by the way, very interested in quantum mechanics, often says chaos always precedes transformation. And if you think about it, that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Things need to be broken down in order to be rebuilt into something different. And that something different can be what we would love to see, or we can go with someone else's wants and dreams, or we just sit and allow whatever. I mean, that's not advisable. I've watched the transforming power of chaos in my life. My twin sister and my late husband suffered debilitating, bedridden illnesses. Both of them lost almost everything they had assumed was a part of them, everything they took pride in. Their ability to take care of themselves, their passions and interests, their mobility and freedom, their bodies became useless, their quick minds, their energy, so much. And during that time, all was chaos, not knowing what would happen really in the next minutes, and with few resources to deal with whatever would happen. Both of them, though, after surrendering everything, had incredible awakening experiences and left life in more joy than I had ever seen in them before. They transformed, as we will, through accepting and understanding the necessary chaos and the surrender to it. The mystic teachers all say we have to die to our ego selves to find our real selves. The act of dying the ego is chaotic and difficult, but everybody that's done it says it's absolutely worth it. And we look at nature, the forest fires. What chaos is that? But then the trees come back more strong and durable than ever, transformed. So as Deepak Chopra said, transformation is always preceded by chaos, necessarily. So if chaos is a harbinger of transformation, we must be transforming big time, right? Just look at the world again. Look at some of the things in our own lives. I know a lot of people, other people who want to minimalize, donate and get rid of things they don't want in their homes. Lighten up the load. So what's happening? Seems like preparation for transformation to me. Getting rid of the load also means bringing up old issues within ourselves to be seen and healed. This is also what is happening in the world. So much is coming up to be seen. Our environment, our children, our communities, our country and its people, the separations and anger, and so much more. We are in the best time right now for transformation than we have been in many thousands of years. It is the perfect time. We can stand up, be strong in our understanding of why this chaos has to be, and what we will do to replace the old and falling systems. How will we rebuild when old systems don't work anymore and there's only chaos, which there might be? We need to remember that the state of chaos is a fecund and powerful place for envisioning and choosing what will be. What will be our dream for ourselves and our planet? Will we allow others to choose, or will we stand strong in our power as multidimensional creators of destiny? Will we ascend to a place where love is Lord by creating it ourselves? We have been granted free will and free choice as to where we place our beautiful, powerful consciousness. We can weather the chaos and stand in our power as we ignite our noble dream of beauty with our strong passion, compassion, and perseverance. And we have each other, our fellow travelers here, in one of the most incredible times one could live in. We must have chosen or even fought for the privilege to be here now, this time of chaos and transformation, where we have the opportunity to not only enjoy the show, but we get to choose how it turns out. What an honor. The best metaphor for transformation and our best teacher is a little animal with no free will. But instead, he is a beautiful teacher of how to endure the chaos and the amazing transformation it brings. The caterpillar covers himself in like a cast, could even say a tomb made from his own body. And then he stays in that darkness, in that prison. And his whole body dissolves into a murky kind of a fluid. And if he had consciousness, and people say they do, even in the chrysalis, he must be thinking, well, what's happening? I'm losing my feet. I'm losing my eyes. I can't see. I can't hear. It's dark. It hurts. But then he emerges. He transforms like we can do ourselves. I love butterflies. They're such teachers, aren't they? So here we are on the verge of incredible transformation. If we go with the flow, we go with our star into the area of the photon belt. We accept this flow, we go with it. We become like it more. We become New Earth people. Or we have another choice. It's our choice. So that's my talk now. I think that it is possible, more than possible, or I wouldn't be told to do this project, for us to succeed, and succeed very, very well. And all I can say in closing is that we had a purpose for coming here at this time in the world. We have a reason for coming here, and we had a reason for coming here together tonight. And I just want to thank you and bow to you and bow to that reason, whatever it is. Thank you for being here and coming.